Good day, all. I should say good morning. Sitting by my fire, having my cup of morning coffee, watching the sun begin to rise over the sea. It's one of those lovely days where the night was clear, but now the clouds have set in. You can see the wisteria growing on the old stone of the house. And our windows. Of course, the fog on the windows from an old hurricane long time ago. I've just started to decorate one of my Christmas trees, and I had chums over the other day to string popcorn and cranberries. So today, or for this week's vlog, I kind of want to go this week to Chickum's Bookshop and Sandwich just outside of the village. So maybe I'll have this week's vlog be about taking you along with me, and maybe we'll stop and get a cup of coffee as well. So let's get to today's vlog. Well, here we are at Chickum's Books, which is in East Sandwich, just outside of the village. And I love this time of the year. They always have their little gingerbread display outside, so as you walk in, you feel like you're walking into a gingerbread house. So let's go in. As you walk into the right here, they have the display case with the lock display case, because these are the really nice first editions. I like these jewelry as well. These are the really nice first editions. So sometimes it's nice if you have a really special gift or an anniversary or something like that. You can often find something quite nice here. Plus, I love the old case as well. So what's lovely about Chickum's Books is besides being used or antique books, they also obviously carry new books, and they do gifts and toys and children books as well. So we'll just have a fun little browse. And I do our Christmas. We do a family Christmas actually next week before Thanksgiving for some family members who don't stay in New England during actual Christmas. So I often start quite early. So let's have a quick little look around. Maybe I'll start upstairs, but here we are on the first floor. There's newer books here. Oh, I love these little trinkets as well. Only $3.99, $4.99. Oh, what a sweet little prayer box. You could put little treasures in, or a little worry stone. So we'll just have a quick look. Maybe I will just follow along. It's so pretty to look outside today. The leaves have changed. It feels very autumnal. Oh, here's an interesting article about a poet from Provincetown. That's what I love about local bookshops, is you get all that sort of little local color added in. But we'll maybe just quickly scan here, and then I'll walk upstairs. And just so you know, you're in a seaside village. Many of the cards and gifts will have a sea theme. And I love this bookstore because it's a beautiful old Cape house, and the family, of course, have lived in the main house for generations. And I love that the other side of the property is still a home. Here you can see a window pointing out towards more of the private home on that side. These are beautiful cards. That whale and the little fox and the cardinals. So as I said, it's a mix of gifts and antique books and used books and new books. And I love the little cards as well. Let's head upstairs. So there are 3 stories in the floor, or in the store. There's this floor, and then there's a basement that has like kids' games and toys and things. But up here, it's a nice mixture of new books, some lovely gifts, and also some good old book collections. And also one of my favorite things is I collect vintage magazines and periodicals, and so they usually have a nice selection here. So I'll probably be looking for some of those today. And even though I'm Christmas shopping, I'm most likely going to nab a few old magazines for myself to continue my own collection. I love this bit of the store where you can see the new editions of classics. Oh, this is such a cute line of cards. I love these. These would be such a cute gift because, of course, after you've given the card, the person wants to pop them together and keep them. And then if you use them as seasonal decoration, even, you could fold them away with your holiday decorations and take them back out. It's a good price as well, only $12 for the smaller size. And of course, the quintessential Nantucket basket with the hydrangeas in is very Cape Cod. I love that. I may keep that in the back of my mind for my mother-in-law for possibly her birthday gift. So here we have a good collection and selection of various used and antique books. Things are very well divided up. Here's in the cooking section. Look at this wonderful old cookery book. New cookbook and marketing guide. I love things like this. I actually have a pretty good collection of old cookbooks, and we actually have some old books that just were probably new when the ancestors had them. See, now this is $100 because this is probably a more rare book, but wouldn't that be a lovely gift for someone who's really into antiques, cooking, and history? Now here's where I like to sort through because there's so many wonderful old periodicals. Actually, I collect the Better Homes and Gardens as well, so I might sort through here and see what things I can find. And I like the old House and Garden as well. And I particularly like them from the 30s. I pretty much collect things up through probably the late 50s. That's 34. And the 20s. Lately I've been mainly in the morning I'll read a book, but I'll usually start with a little magazine, and I've been going through some of my mid-30s magazines, so I might have a little look through here and see what I can find. Maybe just have another scan back around to show the general look of the place up here. You can tell we're up in the attics of what would have been the house. And I like how it's open to down below and the stairway. So let's come along here and see what other little gift items and things they have. I love these. There's so many sweet felted items this year. So many felted ornaments. What a sweet bird. I love this darling little gnome. Or perhaps she's a gnomette if she's a little girl. And our family has a tradition for our Christmas Eve. We give each other ornaments. How sweet is that? But I've noticed a lot of felted things. And I used to do felted animals quite a while ago, but it's a lot of work, so I'm always impressed. Like $22 for that, it might seem dear, but I know the amount of work it takes to felt things. How sweet. I can't tell if this is a reindeer or a greyhound. Sweet anyway. Hopefully the camera's picking up prices. I love the little, see, $14.99. That is a good price because the wool and the amount of energy it takes to felt. How sweet. You could use that for a Easter decoration as well. This is a sweet little plate. I always like these long plates like this for our Christmas festivities because you can have hors d'oeuvre or use it for a little bread plate or have petit four things on it. It's always just looks sweet. How sweet. The little Eloise ornament. Now that's a darling ornament. $25. How sweet is that? That would be a great gift for a young girl with the book as well. And of course, other little inexpensive gifts like socks. People always love socks. I like the ones with birds on. Maybe I'll have a peek out. You can see out into the, you can see how we're on 6A, but this place has the, oh gosh, the crows are out. The Christmas crows. The woodlands and marshlands and wetlands are just behind, to always remind us that we're really in the seaside countryside. Some more cookery books. These are new things though. As I said, I like their mix of new with old and antique books, and such a good mix of gifts and items like that. That's so sweet. A sweet little ornament. Of course, Susan Branch. Popular books locally. I like the artwork as well. See all kinds of little objects. These sweet little cardinals. And other little birds. $8.99 I think they are. Yes, they're $8.99. Really sweet. I love all these little bird items. I used to do just a bird Christmas tree, but then I started to get more cute little animal ornaments as gifts, so now I kind of do a combo tree of animals with the birds, obviously being animals. Oh, what a sweet teacup cookie cutter. That would be such a cute gift for my chum who always does my niece who always does our tea at Halloween. So again, we have a mix of new here with gifts, new books and gifts. Oh, these are sweet. One of my nieces does embroidery. I love that these are little doll kits. How adorable. She mostly just does flat embroidery needlework now, but these are very her aesthetic. I bet she would love to make these because it's probably very simple hand sewing. Look how darling that is when it's done. This is kind of a sweet... Oh, I love the animals. Oh, how darling is this otter? $23.99. That's not really bad when you consider, I'm sure it's all the fabric, the pre-printed fabric, the needles, etc. I like that it has a skill level as well. How adorable is that? I wonder if they have a hedgehog. Oh, they do have a hedgehog. How sweet. Isn't that adorable? May have to think about that. That would be such a sweet gift for her. How sweet are these little pocketbooks as well? Darling handbags. They have a very Victorian sort of like 1900s feel, but yet this one has a little bit more modern embroidery. They're really sweet. Let's see, how much are they? $44. That is a lot of hand embroidery though, and I like the little clasp and the sweet polka dot interior. That's really sweet. I think it would also be a sweet little needle point bag, because sometimes we get together for craft night, so my niece who does embroidery, I could see her putting her skeins of wool and silk and such in there. Always caught by rabbit imagery. Now over here we have more gifts and items, more sweet ornaments. This owl would be perfect. One of the people I buy ornaments for loves owls. So really pretty. Oh, this is darling too, the little book ornament. Be sweet to do a Christmas tree with little mini books and scrolls of paper. It would be a fun project maybe next year to take old encyclopedias and things we have stored away in the boathouse and make them into ornaments. How sweet is this felted nativity set? It's really darling. $40. That's, again, as someone who's felted in the past, $40, that's a good price for all that felting. And what a sweet little set. If you had children, what a fun way for them to have their own little nativity set in their room and not worry about them breaking it. Probably just thinking of my own clumsy, klutzy ways. How sweet are these? The little mouse with the shawl. Does seem to be a lot of felted this year. Must be on trend. So cute. Oh, here we go. $18.99. Again, that's a fair price for the amount of work. Even the cost of the supplies. On a little Christmas mouse. That's adorable. He is adorable. So sweet. And these would be so cute set up in a doll's house, which of course you could decorate the doll's house at Christmas, which I do sometimes. I have a few doll houses. Oh, these are pretty little pottery, almost like a diorama ornament. I love this one with the little Cape house and the tree. Let's see. $25.99. I wonder if these are made locally. They have a sort of escargot pottery kind of feel. So let's see what other treasures we have over here. Locally made candles. Of course, cranberries. Cape Cod cranberry. A big... Massachusetts is actually the second largest producer of cranberries in the United States. It used to be the first, but I think now somewhere in the Midwest, Wisconsin or something, produces more. But of course, we're a tiny state compared to Wisconsin. Oh, and these sweet little watercolor kits. Oh, miniature brushes. That's really good. Also, we do little dollhouse and book nook miniatures, so having miniature versions of things is nice. These little watercolor sets really are nice. Oh, and I see some Babery scented candles down there. Let's see what this is like. Oh, this is sweet. It shows you how to do your color theory and such. It's a sweet gift. I love these little teacups, artist teacups. The only problem with in the paintbrush is the spoon for stirring up your tea. The only problem for me is I already have trouble when I'm in my studio trying not to drink my paint water and trying not to put my paintbrush in my actual teacup. So I like the theory of it, but I think in practice it wouldn't probably work for me. Now let's see. Other treasures we have. These are sweet books. Those are nicely bound new editions. Oh, I like this. I think that's a Swedish company that does those lotions. Oh, what a pretty puzzle map of the Cape. And you can kind of see there that little squiggle line in the center is the man-made canal that makes Cape Cod an island. My niece and I love playing cribbage. This is really sweet. It's meant to look like whalebone. Of course it isn't whalebone, it's some sort of composite. But the fact that it's made into a whale shape is really lovely. But yeah, we love to play cribbage. So these are probably quite dear, but I want to see. Let's see how much. Oh, $54.99. It is quite dear, but it is a pretty sweet cribbage set. It would be a lovely Christmas or birthday gift. Some pretty... Oh, how adorable this. Isn't that sweet? Such a pretty graphic. So cute. Oh, here's another nativity set that is felted. This one has the animals. Still $40.99 for... Does that really include the angel, one of the wise men, and the sheep? It's quite sweet. Some more pretty little pottery things. That's adorable. It's really pretty. It'd almost be a pretty christening gift. Some more little Christmas dishes. Trying not to move too quickly. Some funny bags. Here's some... Oh, I like this hydrangea. These hydrangea things are nice. This hydrangea bag is pretty. $23. Pretty. You could use those as stemless wine glasses. $17.99. Or cocktail in the summertime. I really like these hydrangea flower bowls and plates. It's so sweet to just have the actual mop head flower. $12.99. Those are adorable. And then the little plates. These would be so nice for summer parties, garden parties, or you could almost do an entire summer tea party around hydrangeas, so late summer tea party. Look how pretty. Beeswax candles. These are funny. A salute to canals is funny. This would be good for, I suppose, anywhere that has canals, but of course Cape Cod famously has a canal. Some more Cape Cod items. Pretty graphics. A sweet little Cape Cod bag. Be good for family members who are only here a bit of the year. This is a cute little tea towel, specifically sandwich. Wonder what the oh, it just has little sandwich style terms like the Dexter Grist Mill, Sandy Neck, Scusset Beach. Sweet. That would be good for a local. Oh, these are sweet thermal mugs with the old Cape Cod map, or actually like an old Cape Cod placemat. That is actually really darling. Lots of fun little gifts here. As I said, that's what I love about this bookstore, the fact that you have old and antique books, plus you have so many sweet gifts and things from local. I like to look out the window now. Here's another little snippet of the other side, which is the private house. All the little windows, very Cape Cod. And it has very much a feel of an old house when you're in here. How pretty with the stacked stones. I don't know why I haven't made lamps like that. We have so many stones on our beach. That would actually be really special to make some lamps with the stones from our shore. It's a lovely bag. It's cute because it has both sides. It has like Block Island, which is pretty, in Mystic, Connecticut, and Long Island, and then you flip it to the other side. It has Cape Cod. Both areas very summer oriented. It's a sweet little bag. I like this whale tray. I feel like you can never have enough trays. I'm always trying to carry things about, whether it's summer or winter. Oh, is this the same pattern as that? Oh, this scarf is that same pattern as the bag. That's really cute. Now that would be a sweet gift. I also love to get silk scarves. I like to get wool scarves as well, but I feel like you can always tie a scarf around your neck to kind of tie together whatever you're doing. Even if you're running out last minute, tie a scarf around your neck and throw on a string of pearls, and you feel a little bit more dressed up. So let's have lots of darling journals. Sweet images. Oh, these are kind of cute. Little sayings from writings. Perfect for... I'll do this in case anyone wants to pause and read about it. Maybe I'll focus on one and someone can pause and read it as well. It's kind of a sweet idea. You could see those hanging in the guest rooms of summer houses. All right, so let's swoop around here and see what other we have. Oh, these watercolor crayons are actually nice. These are also a good gift, but they're nice to have in a little bag to take down to the beach when you're sketching. Some more ornaments. These little glass bells and a pretty star. Let's have a look down here. Oh, those are sweet. How adorable. Great little coasters, or a little thing to keep you around. Oh, these are adorable. Actually, I really like these because I collect little white houses that I usually put somewhere out for Christmas. And this would be such a cute piece that I could use in that arrangement. I could put white candles in. Oh, those are darling little houses in ceramic. Try to do another slow sweep so you can kind of see how the upstairs here, you can definitely feel like you're in the attics of the old house. Some pretty journals, a nativity. Not a nativity. Oh, some socks. And let's go around here and let's see what we can look at for some old books. I do like these new bound editions of the classics. I just think they're really pretty. They're always like a nice presentation gift. And they look really lovely with old books as well. Let's look up. Oh, that's a nice set. $3.50 for all the writings of George Washington. Oh, it's missing 4 volumes, so it's almost a complete set. Let's have a little spin around. Maybe I'll grab a few books just to kind of show them here, maybe. This is the Cape Cod, the Boston area. Oh yeah, this is sweet. So this is books, obviously specifically Cape Cod, antique style books. Cape Cod folks. I bet that's a darling little old novel to read. Only $15. That would be a great gift, and it would be probably a fun novel to read. Let's see what a unique gift that would be. Maybe I'll look at a few books and kind of share that with you. Let's see. We have Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket. Let's go back. Maybe I'll do this. This book of Cape Cod houses actually looks really nice. And it has the sweet bow roof on the front. Oh, I said it's $95, but it's a first edition and a first printing. This would actually be a wonderful book for anyone who loves architecture, particularly New England architecture and obviously Cape Cod architecture. It's really nice with that house. Makes me think of my little cottage, Old Kings, because it's a half cape. And there's different little details of fireplaces and such. Pretty colonials, 3/4 capes. And I like that it has the floor plan as well as I wonder actually, that looked very much like Old Kings. So this is such a great little book. In fact, I might put this on my Christmas list. A lovely full cape. That makes me think of my mother-in-law's house, although her house was built in the 90s, but she designed it after an antique house she used to have. Let's look at another Cape Cod book here. This one's kind of sweet, a Cape Cod sketchbook. So let's see. Just to give you a general idea of some of the local antique books. It's a good price. Oh, this is nice because it shows different landmarks, and because it's an older book, it's nice to know that these houses still exist, but how different it is around them. So that's in Eastham, and actually we used to have a place in Eastham. There's the old salt box. Yes, the church. That's actually that's the Highport Church, which I've been to a few times, an Episcopalian church. And this is the Hoxie House, the oldest house on Cape. That's the Hoxie House, which is actually in the village of Sandwich downtown on the pond and right across from my favorite tea room, the Dunbar tea room we have in our little village. But this is such a sweet book. And of course you can pause and look at any of the pages. I'm kind of trying to hold on. But what a great book. I'm put that on my Christmas list. Let's check this out. I love children's books and children's illustrations. I have quite a collection of my own that I've purchased as well as inherited. I just love the old illustrations. Oh, how sweet. Merry Xmas from Papa, 1911. Isn't that sweet? It's just sweet to see the inscriptions, and plus the fact that it was a Christmas gift from her papa is nice, especially since I happen to be Christmas shopping currently. But look, the pretty watercolor illustrations, the pen and ink. Just such a sweet book. Just a fun book to flip through. Great book probably to read to children if you have young children or grandchildren. Isn't that sweet? The apple pie. Maybe let's head downstairs to the basement level, which is mainly just toys and games and things. But maybe I'll just do a quick little overview of things because this video is probably getting a bit long. So I do like, oh yes, I heard about these because my friends and I like to do the book nooks and things. I heard about these, which I think obviously they're meant for children, but I like that they're these little cardboard room sets for this little mouse family, and then you can get the darling furniture sets to put together and you paint them. Sam and Julia, they're called. They're just really sweet, but look how adorable this little room is. So it's really sweet. So maybe I'll just close out our trip here, and let's stop and get coffee in the village on the way back home. All right, we're back outside looking at the sweet house side of the Tecums. I think I'll walk up so you can see how adorable the little statuette is and how it's facing Route 6A, which is Old Kings Highway. All right, so let's head back into the village and get a coffee. So let's just go in and get a coffee at the Brown Jug, and I'll probably come back in here again another day and share something. But Brown Jug is in the village in Sandwich, and if we go back here, this is where I'll order my coffee up here at the counter, and then back here is where they have their wine. Oh, I like it this time of the day too because the local gentlemen usually come in and have their chin wags. But I'll probably come back in and share more of it. But this is just a very old general store, the Brown Jug, and it has like imported cheeses and meats. They make some sandwiches and things like that, delicious cakes and such. They have Iggy's bread from New York they get in pretty much every day. They have homemade sweets as well as purchased sweets, and really good imported general grocery things from Europe and the like. So it's a good place to come in and kind of grab last minute things or even things to put together a nice gift basket and such. So I'm just going to grab my coffee and we can head on home. Well, thank you for joining me for this week's vlog. And I'm closing out today, the next day, with this morning's sunset. Lovely sherbet orange in the distance, with shots of candy floss pink in the horizon line. And it's another one of those amazing days where you have just the sliver of clearness left from the clear night. Not sure if you can see the sun shining up into the clouds there, but then we have a heavy low cloud over top, and then in the distance the lower clouds, which almost give the illusion of mountains, although today they're quite cloud-like. Look at that bit right there where it looks like the painter was just beginning to smudge the salmon pinks and light tones up into the blues and grays, and then got distracted and wandered away. I had no sign of the blue heron this morning, whom we have to come up with a name with. But Algernon is just aloft there. He already had his breakfast. The leaves have changed, but then we had a heavy, heavy windstorm the other day, and we lost quite a bit of the leaves, but it's starting to get that late autumn, early winter glow. But the bittersweet is starting to look brilliant when it's all that remains when the leaves begin to slip away and just the tracery of the twigs and branches remain. Well, thank you for joining me for this week's vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find a moment in your day to get out and enjoy your view. And until next week, remember, Stay creative. Cheers.